In the meticulous self-examination of one's own being, it becomes perpetually imperative and unavoidable to establish a complete logical differentiation concerning the external events of practical life and the intimate states of consciousness. We urgently need to ascertain our precise standing at any given moment, both in relation to the intimate state of consciousness and the specific nature of the external event we are experiencing. Life, in essence, is a sequence of events that unfold through time and space. Everyone is free to think as they wish. I believe that the fleeting pleasures of a brief instant are invariably followed by disenchantment and bitterness. Each event has its own distinctive flavor, and the inner states are of various kinds as well. This is incontrovertible, irrefutable. Indeed, the inner work upon oneself emphatically pertains to the diverse psychological states of consciousness. No one could deny that we harbor many errors within and that misguided states exist. If we genuinely aspire to change, we need with utmost urgency and immediacy to radically modify these misguided states of consciousness. The absolute transformation of these erroneous states engenders complete changes in the realm of practical life. When one earnestly works on these misguided states, the unpleasant events of life can no longer wound them so easily. We are articulating something that can only be comprehended through living it, feeling it genuinely in the very terrain of facts. Those who do not work on themselves are always victims of circumstances. They are like miserable logs amidst the stormy waters of the ocean. Events change incessantly in their myriad combinations. They come in waves, one after another, as influences. Certainly, there are good and bad events. Some occurrences will be better or worse than others. Altering certain events is possible. Modifying outcomes, altering situations, is certainly within the realm of possibilities. However, there are factual situations that truly cannot be altered. In these latter cases, they must be consciously accepted, even if some are very dangerous and even painful. Undeniably, pain vanishes when we do not identify with the problem that has arisen. We must consider life as a successive series of inner states. An authentic history of our particular life is formed by all those states. When reviewing the totality of our own existence, we can directly verify for ourselves that many unpleasant situations were made possible by erroneous inner states. Alexander the Great, though always temperate by nature, succumbed to excesses out of pride that led to his death. Francis Thursday died as a result of a vile and abominable adultery that history still vividly recalls. When Marat was murdered by a nefarious nun, he was dying of arrogance and envy, believing himself to be absolutely just. The ladies of the Park of the Servants unquestionably depleted the vitality of the dreadful fornicator known as Louis XV. Many people die from ambition, anger, or jealousy. Psychologists know this very well. As soon as our will becomes irrevocably fixed on an absurd tendency, we become candidates for the graveyard. Othello, driven by jealousy, became a murderer, and the prisons are full of misguided individuals,